Do you remember Chandrayaan 2? As you know that in Chandrayaan 2 last minute glitch in soft landing resulted in failure of landing. Hi guys, in this episode we are going to discuss about the Chandrayaan 3, which is follow-on mission of Chandrayaan 2. It will demonstrate end-to-end capability in safe landing and hovering on the lunar surface. It consists of lander and rover configurations. It will be launched by LVM-3 from Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota. The propulsion module will carry the lander and rover configuration till 100 km lunar orbit, and the propulsion module has payload to study the spectral and polymetric measurements of the Earth from the lunar orbit. So let's first discuss a bit about the Chandrayaan 1 and 2, and then we will discuss about the Chandrayaan 3. Chandrayaan 1, India's first moon mission, was launched successfully on the October 22, 2008 from Satish Dhawan Space Center. The spacecraft was orbiting around the moon at a height of 100 km from the lunar surface for chemical and mineralogical and photogeological mapping of the moon. The spacecraft carried 11 scientific instruments built in India, USA, UK, Germany, Sweden and Bulgaria. After the successful completion of all the major mission objectives, the orbit was raised to 200 km during May 2009. The satellite made around more than 3,400 orbits around the moon, and the mission was concluded when the communication with spacecraft was lost on August 29, 2009. Chandrayaan 2. This mission is important to understand Chandrayaan 3. Chandrayaan 2 was the second lunar mission of India, which was launched on 22 July 2019 from Satish Dhawan Space Center by GSLV Mk3 rocket. It was the most important and anticipated mission for India and the world both, because Chandrayaan 2 had to land on the south pole region of the moon where no one has reached yet. Its primary objective were to understand the dark side of the moon, mapping of the lunar surface, and to find the presence of water on the south pole. The total cost of the mission was approx 9.78 billion Indian rupees. It was the most costly mission ever in Indian space history. Chandrayaan 2 was made up of three parts: orbiter, Vikram lander and Pragyan rover. On 16 November 2019, the Failure Analysis Committee released its report to the Space Commission, concluding that the crash was caused by software glitch. It was an unexpected event because the software was functioning well during the trial period. The lander successfully completed phase 1 of landing, in which from an altitude of 30 km to 7.4 km over the moon surface, the velocity of the vehicle was reduced from 1683 meter per second to 146 meter per second. But unfortunately, velocity reduction during the second phase of descent was more than the calculations. The actual calculation and conditions were beyond the design parameter of the onboard software, and Vikram had to apply rough landing. It crashed and was found approximately 500 meters from the intended landing. The impact of the crash damaged its onboard system and communications, which made it helpless. Unfortunately, landing on the moon of Vikram rover was not successful, but this project achieved its 95% success and objectives according to ISRO. In November 2019, ISRO officials confirmed news that a new lander mission is being studied for launch. New project is known as Chandrayaan 3, and it would be a re-attempt to achieve the landing capabilities on the lunar surface. Chandrayaan 3. Chandrayaan 3 consists of an indigenous lander, propulsion module and a rover, with an objective to developing and demonstrating new technologies required for interplanetary mission. The lander will have the capabilities to soft land at a specific lunar site and deploy the rover, which will carry out in situ chemical analysis of the lunar surface during the course of its mobility. The lander and rover have scientific payload to carry out experiments on the lunar surface. The main function of PM is to carry out the alarm from the launch vehicle injection till final lunar 100 km circular polar orbit and separate the alarm from the PM. Apart from this, the propulsion module also has one scientific payload as a value addition, which will be operated post separation of the lander module. The launcher identified for the Chandrayaan 3 is GSLV Mk3, which will be placed the integrated module in an elliptical parking orbit. ISRO has set three main objectives for the Chandrayaan 3 mission, which include getting a lander safe and soft landing on the surface, of observing and demonstrating the rover's loitering capabilities on the moon, in situ scientific observations, making scientific experiment on the chemical and natural elements, soil, water, etc. available on the surface of moon to better understand the interplanetary compositions of the moon. The cost of the mission is 615 crore Indian rupees. It is scheduled in the 2nd to 3rd week of July 2020.